I don't know if this settings are correct, but we're here on YouTube talking that WWW. Anyway, what up, guys? August 100 here. Oh man, what a tiring ass fucking pay-per-view that was, man. Oh my goodness. So I'll put this. Oh, gotta do one thing else. Put that in the chat too. Where's my music at? Almost got the most important part. It's been a while since I've been on YouTube, so maybe a little iffy. 1 second. I gotta do my thing. I gotta do my thing, guys. What the hell? I don't want an audio drop. Oh wait. Alright. So let's just go into the nonsense, shall we? So let's go down the line. And like I said, I know you guys might catch me a little later than it wants to be, but I'm just gonna talk about it anyway. Jeez. So I didn't catch every single thing, but I kind of saw a little bit of here's and there. So I'll even start from the pre-show. So Cruiserweight Championship on the line. Tony Nese defeating Buddy Murphy, which I didn't expect, but Tony Nese is a damn good wrestler. I saw him before he hit the WWE scene, long time ago. Saw him in the WWE scene, doing his thing well before WWE. He's like, man, if he doesn't go somewhere with, like, he has an amazing. He's like a John Morrison, right? But a shorter version or something. He has that style about him. He can flip and fly all over the place and make shit look good. And for a guy like Buddy Murphy to drop the belt to him like that, it just shows how much they want to show him. I thought, for what it was, even though it was in the kickoff show, the fans were not necessarily into it fully as big because of how big the area is. Even when you heard certain chants at that point in the night, a lot of fans were just not fully invested yet for all that too. What's going on, guys? Fans weren't fully invested because there weren't a bunch of people there yet, but there was a good amount of people going on. It was crazy. Yo, Benjamin, what's going on, man? Soul, what's going on, man? Boskin, what's going on? I thought that Cruiserweight Championship match was pretty fire. It wasn't the best thing of all, but he just kept going, and Tony Nese kept going. I was like, is he gonna win this match? It kind of got me off guard. But all good match nonetheless. I enjoyed it. Carmella winning the Women's Battle Royale. I thought that was nice as well. I thought they could have named it after China just because of that. I think they could have did it at last moment's notice and at that show. Even they didn't have a statue for her. I think they could have just put it in her name and then started doing a statue for her next year. I thought that would have been nice for her as well. Is the music too loud, guys, or is it too low? Let me know. At the same time, let me stop real quick. You could have done a little bit on my end. So Carmella won that. All the ladies that were in that, Ember Moon was killing it. I'm like, they keep pushing Ember Moon to the damn sky. I thought Asuka could have came out above with that and still had a redemption for herself. I thought they would have been a great idea for them to kind of redeem her on that. Let me turn the music. I can pause the music for right now, so it's not in the way. Actually, you know what? I'll put the music on, but I'll put it on kind of low. If it isn't low already. We all know the Kofi match was match of the night for sure. That's not even when music loud. All right. We'll like I said, we'll get into that. I'm just going through I'm showing through the list of what we have here. I thought it was great for Carmella to come out with a victory just because they're in New York City. She's real close to, even though she's not even from, she's not from Jersey. She's not New York. She's from fucking Boston. But that's regardless of the point. She's billed from New Jersey. And it's right over the river. So I thought it was great for her to do that. A weird fucking pop for Dana Brooke out of all people. I was like, what the fuck? Everyone was like, Dana. I was like, what the Dana? Hell yeah. I love Dana, but I thought that was really, really cool that they got a huge pop for her. That was crazy. Next one on. I didn't see this match, the Zack Ryder and Kurt Hawkins match. I didn't get a chance to see that. I was like, what the fuck? How did I miss that? called MetLife, the MetLife Center. Yeah, I thought he did that on purpose. That was just meant to be a goof. Almost said they gave Angle a send off and not Batista. Wait, a send off and not Batista. It was last match too. Knowing the way that match finished, it probably isn't Batista's last match, and if it is, it is. But Batista can, you know, go in a Hall of Fame. Kurt Angle hasn't had a Hall of Fame. I mean, Kurt Angle had already had his Hall of Fame, you know what I mean? So he can go into it that way. Or, sorry, wait, my mistake. I'm going crazy. But Kurt Angle can now go into a Hall of Fame and say he did, you know what I mean? Like, that's a send off for him, right? And that's big. That's a big send off for him. At least in my opinion, I think that's a big send off for him. Batista's probably gonna have a few more matches, man. Can't stop laughing. Can't stop laughing at what? I think it's gonna be a nice send off either way. Yeah, I don't think that's not his last match. Like, there's no way that can be his last match. The streak is over. It was a perfect moment for him to win. Yeah, I don't mind that. I just didn't see the match, so I can't even like talk about that. I can't even talk about it. That's one match. Where was I when I was watching? I think I was heading home, and so I didn't get a chance to see that. No, that was my last like 30 minutes or so, because I started watching when they started the show. I don't know how I missed the Zack Ryder match and all that. I don't know how I missed that, because I was watching that live at my job. Actually, I was watching the Cruiserweight Championship and the Carmella match, the Battle Royale, the Women's Battle Royale live. So Raw's match went over my head because I came back in, and at that point Braun Strowman was just beating the fuck out of all the people in the Andre the Giant Battle Royale. Now another matches. That was another nice match as well. Just seeing people. I just like seeing other wrestlers go around and get shit done. That was really nice as well. Bliss introducing Hulk Hogan to the show. That was great to see Hogan back and, you know, in full force. Thought that was really great. Bliss looking hot as fuck as always. Let me read what you guys are saying before I go off in the next match here. Lesnar lost the title. Yeah. That match, the ending of that, it was so quick. It happened so quick that no one was able to like comprehend how it happened. Like, I wasn't even shocked. I was just like, if it's gonna happen, it's gonna happen. But I didn't see. Did a video on the MDC. Don't worry, man. We're not even here for that. Like I said, that match, I fucking completely glossed over it because it happened so quickly. You know, you see Seth Rollins getting beat up, sure. You make a comeback, but the comeback was so instant that like everyone was just shocked by it. And I guess there was the shock value of it, but it also wasn't that kind of shock value as well. Yeah, he kind of just jobbed out, and it was like, huh? Like, what the fuck? It was just so out of nowhere. It was out of place for what it was. I didn't feel like it shouldn't have ended that way. It should have ended a lot smoother than that did, because you could have still had the shock value of him beating Brock Lesnar, and everyone could have been like, oh shit, he actually beat Brock Lesnar, good shit on you. It just was like curb stomp, boop, and I'm like, oh, great. You guys are like going ahead. You guys are like already ahead, too far ahead of what I'm talking about. We're like, this is. You guys are like miles ahead. So there was that. AJ Styles and Randy Orton. Another match I didn't get a chance to fully see. So I'm just reading how this. What? So Styles defeated Randy Orton. I didn't see that match. That's a match that I didn't get a chance to see at all. I fucking missed that. That's when I was leaving my job. So my phone was like in and out between connection. I was like, oh shit. So I definitely get a chance to see that one at all. I saw a few spots here and there, but nothing ridiculous. I saw Styles do a phenomenal form to the outside of the ring, but I didn't catch much of that one. It's days, so I'm gonna go back to what you guys are saying. Yeah, I'm like I said, Boss Game, I'm doing the whole kickoff and all that. I'm doing all that. Yeah, Boss Game, and see like how the faces got over this year. I like that too. I thought that was really nice that they had that go off that way. That was really nice that they had this faces getting over this year. You saying it's Dave's last match? It could be. Like I said, it wasn't. That match could have ended with Triple H winning, and I wouldn't even have minded it. And he obviously did win. But what I mean is the way it happened, like Ric Flair interfering. I'm like, dude, just let Triple H fucking beat him clean and just say he did it. Like, it wouldn't even upset anyone if he beat him clean, because it wasn't a match that people were truly invested into. People were amazed when they started doing crazy shit at the end, like tossing him through a fucking table and shit, or how he pulled out his pulled up Batista's nose piercing. I thought that was pretty fucking gruesome. That was gross, and it didn't even show you anything. He just pulled it out of his nose, and I was like, it's the way they sold it to make it seem like the selling in that match was great. It was just two big hosses just going at it, and for Triple H to be at 50 years old and still kicking it, he's gonna be 50 in July. That's crazy. And he's still kicking it like that. I mean, there's a few wrestlers out who can go it, but that, I thought it was really nice. Go back through here. What you guys are saying? We just go back to this next piece here. It's about the tag team championships. The Usos, that Uso match. Oh my gosh, the finish was kind of like you saw it coming. It was like the double splash to Sheamus. I was like, okay, that's fine. But everyone getting their shit in, it was nothing but fucking super kicks and like in fucking Kinshasa. It was just like all you hear was backward bang bang. I was like, what the fuck? But I love matches. I love tag matches like that, or I just love matches like battle royales like that, or those they have those battle royale matches, or those big matches with multiple people, and everyone has to get their shit in before the match is over. I love matches like that where everyone gets their last big old pop move in and then they're done. I thought that was really cool. I saw when I forgot who leaped off the top. I think it was Ricochet or one of the other boys, and they went for a diving move, and fucking Cesaro comes out of nowhere and catches him with an uppercut. Oh yes, and I was like, oh. That match was great. It wasn't the best match. It didn't have to be. Everyone just got their shit in, and that was what you wanted to see. Good match altogether. Usos retaining was great because it was like, hey, we gave a chance to give. It was all part of the story. It wasn't. They were part of the major story for Kofi and the New Day to get their shit over, but at the same time, they weren't the major focus of the story. I thought that was still cool how they, and that's what wrestling should do. Incorporate other stories to help interfere with the main story of the show. You can do that and still not have the other people being that main focus. You don't have to have the Usos in the main event of the night to have them be in the main part of the story, even if it was for a couple weeks. I thought that was really cool for them to say, hey, we're gonna let our brothers go over and let Kofi go on to get the championship that he deserves. We're gonna forfeit ourselves out of this match and then be forced to defend them the week after. I think that was really cool how they did that shit. Shane McMahon defeating The Miz. The ending of that match was really smart, but it was a lot of just punches and a lot of Shane just beating the fuck out of Miz's dad. I love seeing Miz's dad get beat up. No, I was kidding, but it was. I thought it was okay for a Falls Count Anywhere match. It was all right. We seen like Triple H and Undertaker have Falls Count Anywhere match where it lasted forever. They just beating the fuck at each other for hours. I thought it was fucking crazy too. Good God, that was just fucking ridiculous. And then like I said, the ending was just Mrs. Dad square up. Like it was just he fell and then Shane falling on him and then getting the 1, 2, 3 just because he couldn't get up over him. I was like, okay, I fucks with it. I'll let that match. Yeah, I'll let that fucking happen. I thought that was really nice. The way that ended, that was a smart ending. That was a really smart ending because the way he grappled his neck, so he has to forcibly land on top of him. I thought it was really fucking smart. It was nice. It was nice. Everyone got you got the chance to see the explosion. All the fans got a chance to see that, the camera being perfect. The women's tag team championships. What the fuck was that? I don't love the Iconics, but I don't hate the Iconics. They're annoying and they're doing their job as heels. I love that. But out of all the people, like, I don't know, they could have kept the belts. I thought they could have kept the belts on Sasha and Bayley. They didn't have to drop those belts tonight. I thought maybe just, you know what it is? It was just, it's gonna be a thing where they hold it, the Iconics hold it for a minute, and then they're probably gonna give it back to someone else, or Beth and Natalya can fucking end up taking it, or Tamina and Nia may end up taking it. You never know. And then there's other, but it also gives chance for other tag team ladies to come up through as well. There's a bunch of other ladies that have tag teams that could take the spot. So why the hell not? Just thinking what else the hell is going on. That ending was whatever. I didn't hate it. It just was so like, so heel and steel. You know what I mean? Like, that's what you call it. You call that a heel and steel. You know what I'm saying? The Iconics deserve the win. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I don't think they deserve the win per se. The wordplay you're using is a little weird. I don't think they deserve the victory, but they're definitely gonna drop it if they don't drop it in a month, they're gonna drop it in like the most like crappiest way possible. What's the next one? Kofi and Daniel Bryan. Holy shit! It's like a tide was. What the fuck is a small ass line here? A small like that tide turning, and you wouldn't expect to boo Daniel Bryan in any shape or form on any promotion. Yes, he's been booed before. Yes, he's been booed before. We all know he's been booed before. He's not just in WWE. He's been booed on the independent circuit as well. Daniel Bryan's not new to being booed, but it's one of those things where you're like, wow, you weren't expecting the fucking in that little space of time. But it's also noticeable because you notice Kofi when you said Kofi's been doing this shit for 11 years, you're like, I've been watching this motherfucker for 11 years, and the boy has not gotten a shot for 11 years for the World Heavyweight Championship. Not just because of his color, but because of where he's been placed as a wrestler. He's always been placed at least in mid-card scene, at best. And to have him being pushed to that level, even if he's holding this belt for the next 5 months or so, it's a push that was definitely needed. It's a belt that was definitely needed to be dropped at the right time. It was a heartfelt moment. Everyone melted. People were behind Kofi Kingston from the beginning. That arena erupted. Erupted when they started showing shit. When they started showing shit like that, I was so fucking happy, man. That was great. That's what WrestleMania is all about. WrestleMania was about. That's what WrestleMania, right? That moment was it. That was it. Even in most of that match, for the most part, was a rest hold, right? Most of that match between Daniel Bryan and Kofi was them going and reversing each other's things into some really technical moves, showing that Daniel Bryan can still fucking go with a go, and that Kofi Kingston is secretly very technical, which is not really a secret. He's very technical, but has never got the chance to showcase that, and when he does, you're not gonna remember it because it's not in memorable matches. But if you see Kofi wrestle, he's very technical in the ring. He can be very flippy, he can get the hype going, but he's very down to it when the time comes. Jeez, just greatness. Let me read what you guys are saying before I start going to the next one. Triple H booked this, no doubt. Yeah, I think Triple H really, if anything, Triple H really had a great idea in this, and that's what you need. We don't need this to be a heel company. WrestleMania is all about a combination of everything that you've been working for the whole year to come together and be the finish. That's the whole point of it being the WrestleMania. It's the biggest set of them all for the whole year. Finish it strong. That's how it should have been. Not every match went down to T, but that's how it should have been. W needs that edge feeling, make it just a half edge, half kid friendly. Yeah, I don't mind it being kid friendly, edgy. I don't mind it being a little edgy. It could have been all edgy, could have been all kid friendly, but it still could have been wrestling. Wrestling is not about how you can get over with the kids. The kids are gonna eat that shit up. It's all about how you can get over with everybody. It should be wrestling's for everybody, not just for the kids, not just for the adults. It's for everybody. Wrestling's for everybody, and you should enjoy wrestling as much as you possibly can. If you're a fan, you're a fan. If you're not, you're not. You can't make someone like shit. Let me go back to what we were saying. What was going on here? What is it? The weekend update with the I'm just going through CBS Sports and what they're going through here. It was pretty funny to see Nash and Hall with the rubber gloves standing there and stick their finger up their ass. I thought it was goofy. Samoa Joe in that Rey Mysterio match. Because Ray couldn't go, I didn't expect it to end that quickly. I thought someone else would replace him, but you see how Ray was landing very softly on that leg. He was landing very softly on the leg. I was like, he's doing a 6 or 9, okay. The fact that he even dialed it up, I was like, all right, you still going? All right, cool. And then he just caught him with that. It was upsetting for me because you see Rey Mysterio as a very big name. And he is, right? Even whether he's defending the World Heavyweight Championship, whether he's going for the World Heavyweight Championship, or whether he's going for a minor belt. I thought, in my opinion, that ended a little quicker than it needed to end. But to save Rey Mysterio's whole body, and his legs that have been going up and down since the beginning of his career, I thought it was nice for them to actually just say, fuck it, let's just end this shit here. Have Samoa Joe beat him. It's just the way he tapped him out so quickly. You know what I mean? You've seen Rey Mysterio just get out of everything, but the way he just caught him, I was like, Rey. And you know, Rey doesn't go for after Rey hits the 619, he goes for the fucking the frog splash, or he goes for like the dive off the springboard. And you're like, okay, end it that way. He went for a fucking bulldog. I was like, when do you hit a 619 into a bulldog? Like, what? So I was like, after I said that, I was like, oh yeah, he's definitely just taking this one out. He's definitely taking this one out. The Iconics are cringe as fuck. Miz Dad was the hero we don't deserve, but the hero we need. We all witnessed this is WrestleMania 35 will ever be known as the greatest time in its history. Like I said, there's been better WrestleManias, but this one just had it was done right. It's been a long time since WrestleMania has been done right. You know what I mean? It's been a long time since WrestleMania has just been done right. There's a difference between having a good WrestleMania and have it being done right. You can have good matches, but still have shitty ending, right? This was done right. You didn't have the 5-star matches, and that's another thing about these matches as well. And I'll talk about it. And I'll talk about it again in a second. Andrade should have won something. He should have, but now he's with Charlotte. You know he's gonna still get some things done. Roman Reigns versus Drew McIntyre. I thought, in my opinion, I didn't expect him to go. I didn't expect because I was looking at the time and I was like, this night's kind of fucking long. Like I thought the whole night was kind of long, and the matches were ending pretty nicely. It wasn't like we'll kick out of 5,000 finishers and then end it. It wasn't a New Japan show where dudes are kicking out of 5,000 finishers. Dudes were getting beat pretty clean and pretty easily. It was like, hey, if you kick out on my first finisher, you're not gonna get on my second one, and that was pretty. It was definitive. So if you're looking for a word, it was definitive. A lot of matches ended definitively or in a way that you weren't ready for, but it was an ending. It was it. There was no like, oh, let's turn the stipulation around. Oh, call it Vince McMahon. He needs to turn this match back around. This is unfair. Blah blah blah. It was just done. And that's what it needed to be done, because it was a long show. What, 17 matches on the or 17 matches or something like that? That's a lot of fucking matches. Yeah, Roman Reigns being Drew McIntyre. I didn't mind Roman Reigns winning. I didn't mind Drew McIntyre losing. I didn't mind if it was vice versa. I didn't mind if it was Drew McIntyre won the match at all and he beat Roman Reigns clean. It was just the way it ended. It ended just so quickly because he hit the spear, and usually Roman Reigns' spear is not usually his ender. It can depending on how long the match goes on for, but it didn't need to end with the spear. In that way, at least. I mean, oh yes, it is his finisher in a way. Yeah, it's his finisher. But it was so, I don't know. Maybe it was the impact of the spear against a bigger opponent like Drew McIntyre, or I don't know. It just felt like it needed a little more pow to it than what he hit it with, and it seemed like Roman was already like gassed early on in the match anyway. But I can't cry. It was a match. It was a match. John Cena returning as Dr. Thugonomics was really fucking good. Jesus. Can't stay long. Tired as fuck. Alright, man. Be easy. What was it? Fucking. Back to what I was saying. John Cena returning as Dr. Thugonomics was really great. Really great. The rhyme scheme of him bringing his old Thugonomics gimmick back into 2019's era of wrestling was really cool. Simple and effective. He hit the bars they needed to hit. He had the props and the gimmicks with the bag of nuts and all that. That was really fucking cool. Just shitting on Elias. Elias, as much as he gets shit on and as much as he gets interrupted, the crowd was really with this man. They were really with this man. And that's one thing you can't deny at all. Like how well they were all behind him in his little promo was really great. I thought it was really nice. It was a quick little thing. And then going and talking about Babe Ruth and the New York Yankees was just really cool. Just really great. I thought that was really damn cool. Yeah. I think I thought that was earlier on. Elias was playing with himself. Yeah, I thought it was really cool. Only cool if Big Evil Taker came out too. Nah. Taker doesn't need to be in every WrestleMania. It was okay for him not to be in one. Sometimes less is more. You know what I mean? If this night went on to like 1 o'clock, 1:30, 2 o'clock, it would have been too far. Yo, Tyler, what's going on, man? Long time since I've seen or heard from you. I'm on Twitch, man. Catching me on Twitch, bro. I haven't been really streaming on Twitch in a while. Been sick, or just have not had the energy to do stuff. I will be finishing up. What do you call it? Devil May Cry. I'll be posting it on my second channel, so no wrestling will be on my second channel. Just live streams of other games, stuff I'm going to finish. You'll see live streams of wrestling on there, but those live streams will also be on here as well. But my focus, for the most part, is to have those other channels be that. But we'll talk about that later on. I'll make a video on that. Anyway, but back to this. No, I don't want to advertise too much on this stuff. Paul's nearly turned off the stream seeing Taven win their ROH belt. I don't mind that. They should have put Joe with someone else as a replacement. Yeah, but they didn't have to. Nah, I was thinking they would get someone else to come out and do that, but he's defending the belts against Rey Mysterio. It's against Rey Mysterio. That's it. You shouldn't have to put another person in there to say I'm gonna challenge you for or anything like that. He beat him fair and square. Joe came out to defeat Rey Mysterio, not to defeat John Cena, not to defeat The Undertaker, not someone else. He came out to defeat Rey Mysterio. That's just what it is. That's just what it is. I think AJ Styles' jacket was saying I'm the elite. Maybe. I didn't, like I said, I didn't get a chance to see his entrance. I didn't get a chance to see that match at all for the most part. I was hearing it in my ear, but it was in and out because I was not in the area where I wanted to be. Yeah, Roman vs. McIntyre was a Monday Night Raw match for sure. Charlotte's entrance was awesome. I loved Charlotte's entrance. I thought it was basic, simple, would come out the plane. I thought they should have done a little more with her and had her more of like, I thought they should have made like a prop of people outside ready with like, had her on the red carpet, and she did a red carpet, but also just have people out there taking pictures and shit, like paparazzi kind of shit, just paparazzi as she makes her way down to the ring. But I also think she should have came in. It was weird because champions were coming in first in a few matches, and I was like, why are you champions coming in first? Especially it was like one-on-one matches, and I'm like, yes, you guys want to keep the pop going, but the crowd's gonna pop regardless. It wouldn't matter what time they come into, they're gonna pop regardless. So in the triple threat, when it should have been Becky, Charlotte, Rousey, because Rousey is the Raw champion. Raw is the premier show. It should have been Becky, Charlotte, Rousey in that order. Right, you have the pop of that, then you have the booing of Charlotte, and then you have the booing of Rousey. But when you introduce them all, you introduce them again in the same order, so you get that cheer right back. You rinse and repeat. Wrestling's all about rinsing and repeating and having stuff in an order. Wrestling's just an order. You just have to put it in order. Major League being double champion was good. I supported since day one. Becky being a double champion, I think, is dumb. I think Charlotte winning that belt in the first place to have it be placed in this match is the dumbest thing. They should have kept it on Asuka. Even if Asuka lost that belt, she could have lost it tonight against someone else, right? Or someone else who's in that deserving spot, or just defeating someone. There's a lot of matches they had tonight, and there's matches that didn't even need to be done, right? That could have been taken by Asuka's spot by someone against someone else. But then again, I digress. Matches, not every belt needed to be put on the line tonight, but then again, easily they could have started an hour earlier and got more shit in regardless, because it was planned to have more matches than this, so shit could have been that way. It is what it is with that. Just reading what you guys are saying here. But so for instance, I'm so happy she deserves it. Yeah, Becky deserves it. It's just the way they did it. It didn't need to be pushed down our throats that Becky needed to win it, because we're cheering for Becky anyway. We're all cheering for Becky anyway. It didn't matter how you booked her. The crowd was gonna go and pop crazy for her in the first place. It didn't matter how it happened. It just all you needed was a pop, and she was gonna get that pop regardless. Our Wrestlemania Undertaker is like Breaking Bad with Walter White. No, not necessarily. Like I said, it's all about filling the time slots. And like I said, they could have did it an hour earlier. They could have did it 2 hours earlier and still got the same result. But to have Taker in every WrestleMania is not necessarily needed, especially if he's gonna either end up losing the match anyway. There's no point in having a guy that's gonna lose the streak. The streak is over. That's why it's hard to. You can't rebuild the streak again. He's at this point he's too old to go do another 21 years. It's not gonna happen. You know what I mean? Like, it's great to see, but it's like, okay, you're gonna see him lose. I don't want to see him lose again. Like, it's already ruining it to see that. And Taker's whole gimmick for his majority of his career has been for him to win at WrestleMania. So to see him lose again at WrestleMania and again and again and again is upsetting, right? He said he's in good shape to wrestle some more, but I don't. Like I said, I ain't trying to see the old dude in pain any more than he has to be, and that's what wrestling is. That's what I don't want to see in wrestling. Dudes in pain, they don't want to be in pain. Let me skip this song. Sorry about that. I for life had a dream of all the faces won at WrestleMania 35, but most people were expecting it to happen anyway because it just needed to happen. I thought it needed to happen. A lot of people thought it needed to happen. What about this John Cena joke? What do you mean about the John Cena joke? It was what it was. I don't think it was just what it was. John Cena being John Cena. John Cena is all a very lyrically gifted guy. And I'm pretty sure he wrote it all himself. You know what I mean? Like, Cena can write his own stuff. That's why most of these wrestlers can write their own promos. Let them do their own stuff. Earlier on, how many Aussie fans, how many Australian fans were in the show when they like kind of like, oh, I couldn't, and the crowd popped like fucking crazy for them. They popped like crazy for them. It just shows you, all you gotta do is just have a nice gimmick, have it be simple and classic and clean, and it'll get over with fans. You know what I mean? If you don't have a gimmick, it's kind of harder to get over. If you have good wrestling, maybe. You know what I mean? Ultimate Spies, Candice LeRae, and Kairi Sane, what other women from NXT were in the Battle Royale? What other women from NXT were in the Battle Royale? I think that was just those two. At least I could think of. I could be wrong. Also, Ray versus Joe was dumb. Like I said, Ray couldn't wrestle. His ankle was shot. They weren't going to replace him at last minute because it was supposed to be Ray versus Joe. The fact that Ray even came out and defended, and went out to defend himself, I thought was really, really great. Also, Demon Balor versus Lashley was okay. It happened. That match happened well too late. It should have happened earlier. The crowd was already too hurt to do it, to really keep it going with them. So you didn't just like my tweet. Good shit, dude. Also, McIntyre and Reigns match was really great. Nah, it was heavy hitting, but it didn't. At least in my opinion, it didn't last long enough for me to have anything. And I think everyone ever can agree, it was like watching. And Soul said it earlier, Mr. Broken Hater. He's like, it felt like a Raw episode, a match. It didn't feel like a big pay-per-view match. It just was. Yeah, it didn't feel like anything special. Rollins with Lesnar was quick. Yeah, Rollins with Lesnar was quick, but it got his point across. I don't think it should have happened as quick as it did. It should have had a little more back and forth, but they're probably gonna use that low blow to be like, oh, you couldn't defeat him by having a low blow, and then have him go against Seth again, and for all we know, end up beating fucking Seth all over again. It could easily happen. It could easily happen. It could easily happen. It could easily, oh, well, you can't beat him with a low blow. And that'd be the whole gimmick for the next 4-hour month, and then comes back in, F5, gets his belt right back. It could easily happen, and everyone here knows it can easily happen just like that. Do not be fooled by tonight. Tonight was great, but do not think for a second that W will switch the switch on you in seconds and have Brock with that belt right back on his waist again. WrestleMania don't need Undertaker. Not that WrestleMania doesn't need Undertaker. He just doesn't need to show up every year, especially if he's not 100% physically. And Taker's matches have been him being carried for the most part. Shane versus Miz was okay. Shane was, like I said, Miz was okay because it wasn't a lot of wrestling. It was just them beating the fuck out of each other. But the finish, the ending, you know, in a Shane match, you're gonna see Shane go flying or do some crazy shit. And the fact that he didn't go through the table this year and jump a mile away through the table and being stopped was cool, because you always expect Shane to go ridiculous and go through that table, and instead of him doing that, he goes for another crazier spot, a crazier spot. It was nice. I like how Cena said shit. He didn't. He said it, but he didn't really say it fully. It wasn't like he said shit and then stopped. He said shiitake. right? Not shiitake, fucking Shih Tzu. It wasn't specifically Shih Tzu, but the way he pronounced and pronunciated on the word shit, it came out strong for your ear. But he wasn't meant to say that like that. He meant to say shit zoo, like, you know what I mean? It was nice. How was Cena about to tell jokes if I can't see him? Well, you can still hear him. It was good saying the FU. I like that he put, yeah, instead of saying AA, he said FU, going back to his previous gimmick with Dr. Thugonomics, and then using that. I thought that was really smart and very lyrically brilliant in there. Hawkins and wait, what kind of English? Oh, Hawkins and Nice having the WrestleMania matches was awesome. Braun winning was great. Nah, Braun winning wasn't. No one cared for that match. That match was very timid, and goofy. Braun is being treated as a joke at this point because they don't want him to be over at this point. Fine, that's all. That's all said and done. But Braun winning that match was pointless. It's just to get the host of the SNL thing to get some publicity, which is great. You need that. When Gronkowski came in and a couple, what was it, last year or whatever the case may be, I thought it was great that he came in and did his thing over there. It had that. It got the football world rolling. And now that he's retired from football, and you never know, he could pop up and do a shit for next year. You never know, right? I thought that was great, and it helps publicity, and it helps grow the brand of not just SmackDown and Raw, but WWE as a whole. You know what I mean? Bludgeon Brothers should have returned. Oh nah, no, they didn't need to come. Return for what? No. I thought Luke Harper should have came in and maybe won the Battle Royale or something like that, just to have it just a weird finish like that. But it was dumb. That was really, in my opinion, I just thought it was kind of dumb. It was awesome. Braun winning was a match. The Iconics win the Women's Tag Team Championship was great. It was great for the turnout, I guess, but it wasn't meant. I don't think it was meant for that. Yo, is that Psycho Hendrix? What's going on, man? Tag title was great. Usos retaining was predictable. Yeah, that's what I was saying earlier. Predictable as hell. Like Eric Buchanan, he's a great gimmick to get over. Yeah, he's a great gimmick, and he'll blow up. But it's all depending on how NXT crowd is different than a WWE crowd. It's hard to get over the WWE crowd because they don't know who the fuck you are. Yo, Jared, what's going on, man? Asuka is done. What do you mean Asuka is done? I don't think she's done. I think she's just being pushed horribly. Like the way they did her dirty. But you might be right. Maybe they had nothing left to do with her. Maybe she'll just fucking go back to Japan and do what she has to do. But I'm glad that she had the chance. A lot of ladies got even get. Some ladies have been stepping in the world of wrestling for years and not even get a fucking championship slot. So I mean, opportunity is opportunity, but it's a dumb opportunity that they took her out of. Kofi Daniel was like an NXT match. Not even close. I went no, not at all. I go watch an NXT match. That wasn't as crazy as I wouldn't compare it to an NXT match. NXT matches are too much hype going behind them. It was hype for a WrestleMania match, and that's what it needed to be. It did not need to. This is the whole point of that match. The whole point of the match was to be a good fight feel of Kofi winning this and overcoming the odds after 11 years. That's all that matters. That match could have been straight up a rest hold from beginning to end. It could have been a rest hold for 7 minutes straight. Kofi hits a SOS or a Trouble in Paradise, ends it in 1, 2, 3, and it could have been just fine. It was all that was meant to do is to get the crowd into Kofi Kingston from the last couple months or so, and then put him right there with him. That's all it needed to be. Bludgeon Brothers, yeah, I was actually from Blood Brothers. I don't think they should return. They don't need to return. No, not in my opinion. Especially if you already have fucking Luke Harper doing the Battle Royale, and then you have fucking fucking Luke Harper and Eric Rowan, doing that shit like with Daniel Bryan. It's just there's no point. Kofi winning the WWE was enjoyable. Yeah, so I think that's what I was trying to get at. It's just enjoyable because it meant something. AJ vs Randy was decent. Triple H vs Batista was awesome. It was a great match. I thought the match was really great. The ending was fucking piss poor. Corbin vs Angle was okay. And, I mean, Angle got his shit in, but him losing was a little upsetting. But like, it did nothing because of how the pace of that match went. It meant nothing for Corbin to win that. If Angle beat him, I think it'd been more of a better send-off. That's one of the matches I disagreed with for sure. There's no more automatic rematch clause. I don't believe that. When it comes down to it, storyline-wise, though, if they need to put... WWE will do whatever they need to do to have the person they want to get over. There's no argument about that. The rematch clause stuff, if anyone ever tell you about that, you're out of your mind. No matter what promotion you're in, you always get a rematch clause. It's not always gonna. If they can have a thing and say, hey, we're not gonna have it in this storyline, in this specific storyline, but it doesn't need to be it doesn't need to be like that. It's wrestling. Rematch clauses are meant for a reason. Braun winning, I called it 3 weeks ago, but like I said, Braun, another match that meant nothing, and another match that Andre the Giant battle royals mean nothing. The women's battle royal meant nothing. There was no prize to fight for, no number contendership, nothing. Just straight up, here you go. Here's a fucking trophy. Go melt it down and make some wax powder or something. It's foolishness. At least we had Harper in the battle royal. Like I said, I love Harper by himself. Harper's fine by himself. Him with Rowan, I wouldn't say as a treat because Harper's doing most of the work. Rowan has his moments. He has his spots here and there, but it wasn't spending special. Jared saying, Jasmine, let me hear it. When Reigns pinned McIntyre, I was low-key tight when that happened because they needed to make Reigns come back more of a struggle. Yeah, that's what I was saying. There was nothing. It was legit just Roman hit him, bang, spear, it's over. And it didn't have enough payoff, in my opinion. Kurt put over Baron. No, I wouldn't say. Yeah, I guess you could say he put him over, but in my opinion, I don't think he put him over. I think I think Baron just. And I said it earlier, it just meant nothing. It was no meaning for that match. Like, out of all the people they put, it's like, oh, well, Baron Corbin put him through all this hell and stuff, and he did all this stuff, and yeah, he got Kurt's skin for the last year. Okay, what's your point? Like, get over it. Kurt's been through fucking hell and back. Have you seen his shit in TNA? Dude's out of control. It was dumb. I don't know what it was, but everyone effing dying tonight. Like, holy shit. Yeah, people are dropping hard. But that floor mat was really thin. A lot of people getting tossed out in those battle royales were just getting. All you hear is plop, plop, plop. I'm like, dude, Ronda took a hard bump, bro. I thought she died. I thought she was dead. Her whole body wrapped on her neck. I was like, oh my god, dude. But they sold like hell. I thought that match was crazy. Usos versus Sanity. It happened. Like sent the battle royales, people left and right were green, getting stuff done with each other, etc. It was like crazy. It was tonight was pretty. Like I said, tonight wrestling wise wasn't the best thing of all time, but it was decent enough. Carmella Wing was great. Yeah, I thought it was okay for her to win it because of her being in her home state, quote unquote. Home state, kinda, quote unquote. But it was fine. Predictions were Nate. My other predictions were Naomi. Naomi could have had a good victory. Lana, no, you out of your mind. Zelina Vega, no. You have more chances of Sonya Deville winning that damn thing, or Dana Brooke. Dana Brooke I said it early on. Dana Brooke got a huge pop. She got a huge pop earlier on. She was just beating up the Riot Squad. She got a huge. It was out of nowhere. I was like, what the fuck, Dana? I love you, Dana. Mickie James getting fucking cracked off the apron. She took a hard bump too. It was a match. I forgot who it was. Someone took a hard bump too. I think it was in the Battle Royale. Someone's head bounced off. I think it was like, I don't know who it was. An ugly bump. And then Harper and fucking Ali. Harper and Ali, when fucking Braun kicked him while he had him suplex over the top apron, and he drops him. Harper did his job by keeping his neck safe, but then the force momentum of falling that hard. I don't know if anyone has been paying attention to Ali, and maybe they have a picture of him. I don't know if he's safe, but I think he caught his eye on the edge of the fucking table, on the outside of the announce table. He bounced like eye first. It looked like his eye. Maybe he's caught the middle of his nose, but he caught his eye. Bang, center right off the side of that table. I was like, bro, you better not have a fucking busted up eye. I was like, dude, fuck. Any take over. Let me see. Zach Madsen was the one who beat Brett up, MMA fighter. What? Oh, yeah, unimportant people. Don't worry about him. Don't even bring his name up in here. Like, I don't want to talk about that shit. That was just so dumb. Like, you're in a room full of 200 wrestlers. You think you're not gonna get your ass beat? You're gonna try and fucking tackle Bret Hart? Okay, you're dumb. You're stupid. You're stupid. And Harper needs a push. Harper needs a fucking push. He's a nasty bastard. People not giving him enough credit. Harper is too nasty. Said thought Mickey was winning. Oh hell no. Like I said, those battle royales are just to get them some FaceTime on the show. But if you're not even on the main show, if you're not even on if you're on the pre-show, you're not getting that much notice. It's notice. I mean, publicity's publicity, however you look at it, but they weren't getting enough notice on that battle royale. Like Ember was cleaning house with that. It was fucking the way she did the cutter off the apron. I thought it was cool as hell. When it came to New Authority figures, and after TLC last year, there are no more automatic in matches, no more matches that they have to earn it. I don't think so. Like I said, wrestling is all about having rematches, so rematch clauses are always gonna be in effect, man. Rematch clauses are always gonna be in effect. That's something you can't never argue about with that forever. That's just wrestling. Wrestling's like been like that since fucking late 80s, early 90s, man. Like that's just how it's been. They're not gonna change that rule because if Roman Reigns, let's say Roman Reigns ends up winning, he ends up getting to Seth Rollins, which is probably inevitable at this point, and loses to Seth. You think they're gonna push Roman Reigns of all people all the way to the back of the bus again and have him start over from the beginning? Hell no. Hell no. That's not how it works, man. It's popularity sells. Roman Reigns, whether you like him or hate him, for the last however so time, was selling merchandise like hotcakes, and it just shows you how gullible a lot of W fans can be. Because if you have a Roman Reigns shirt, more than likely you're a fan of Roman Reigns. I'm a fan of Roman Reigns, but I'm not gonna go buy a shirt of his, right? Whether I have money or I don't, not gonna have it. Charlotte had a cut on her arm. Charlotte had cuts on her arm. She had a cut on her arm. She had fucking a gash in her fucking leg. Rousey's fucking leg was fucking bummed up. That shit, her shit was like black, straight up fucking black. I thought it was just like dirt or something. I'm like, where the fuck are you guys gonna get dirt from? It was no fucking dirt. Her shit was just, her whole leg was gashed up. And I think the only one who came out unscathed was fucking Becky. Like, I think the worst thing that happened to Becky was her fucking her pantyhose got ripped up. Like, that's the worst thing that happened to Becky. Becky came out that one pretty safe. Charlotte got fucked up. Rousey got destroyed on her own when she had her on the hanging armbar and she fell off and said crunch. I was like, oh, you're done. That was rough. Also WrestleMania was in New Jersey. It says it in New York, dude. Base WWE might has a versus G1 Supercard in New York. I mean, it was all gonna happen there anyway. Send Ali back to the cruiserweights? Why? How did my man Bobby Lashley lose to a 106-pound cosplayer? Pathetic. Wrestling, dude. This is the thing about the Finn Balor character, and I tweeted it out earlier too. Finn Balor's only protection is the demon gimmick. Do not have the demon gimmick lose. If you're gonna have the demon gimmick lose, have it lose in a big fucking way. You cannot have that demon gimmick lose in that way. I thought, in my opinion, that match could have lasted longer. Because legit, Balor was just going to town. He was just flying everywhere. He was going to town on this boy. He was going to town on Bobby Lashley. Also, Bobby Lashley wearing eye contact like a fucking weirdo. That I thought was a little weird. But at the same time, I thought it was fucking cool. Because he had a look, when he looked back, like sideways, when they were in the ring, he had a weird look and he was looking straight at fucking Balor. I was like, that's scary looking right there. That's a cool fucking look. I thought it was really cool. But yeah, Balor's I think it was one of the last protected characters at this point in wrestling is the streak for Finn Balor's demon character. I could be wrong. I think he may have, did he lose with it before? Someone let me know. I think one of you probably know better than me. But it's a well protected gimmick. Let it stay protected. If he needs to bring the demon character to retain a championship or win a championship, fucks with it. Keep it. Keep it. Roman Reigns winning back the Universal title 100%. Yeah, like I said, it's bound to happen. They gave the dude more fireworks than Kurt Angle got fireworks at this show. He got more fucking fireworks than Kurt Angle, who was leaving. And Roman Reigns match lasted maybe 5 minutes longer than Kurt's or something. No, maybe not that. Probably maybe 6 or so minutes longer than Kurt's. And Kurt popped the moonsault. Kurt popped his last moonsault he'll probably ever pop. Maybe. People say they retire all the time, but they come back. But I think Kurt's back is just shit. He after all he's done in TNA broke him down drastically. And then he come back to WWE, I was like, he's not gonna do anything. And indeed, was correct. Also, Liv Morgan needs a push after Mania. She didn't do shit in that. She didn't do anything in that match. What push did she need? She didn't do shit. You know who stood out in that match? And out of all those three, your girl. Not Liv Morgan. Not Rhea Riott. Sarah Logan stood out in that one, right? She didn't do shit. She didn't do anything in that match. Riott did more work than if anything, right? Calling the shots. Liv Morgan's a baby, and she's always gonna be the baby of the team. That's just what it is, man. No matter how much you want to fan them about it, she doesn't need a push because she's with a team of 3. No push needed. I thought, in my opinion, if Sarah Logan won that battle royale, I'd have been fine with that. I wouldn't even been upset. She has the size, she has the strength, she has the speed. Come on. Sarah Logan did most of the work in there. If not, Rhea Riott right after. Or vice versa. Like, holding it down. But Liv helped eliminate some people. Liv helped eliminate, but she's not the power game of the team. Power game was definitely tossing people out. When you think about it, power game is majority of victories that happen in battle royales. Like, just yoking someone out. What were we saying tomorrow? Right, squad tomorrow. Also, Shane said to Maverick and AOP when they asked for one, she asked the rematch clause. Like I said, you're basing that rematch clause thing off of one specific instance. That's one specific instance. That's not gonna rules like that don't last long. Rules are meant to be broken. That's not gonna last long, dude. This is WB. They'll tell you one thing one week and it's another thing another week. Where it wasn't there supposed to be some kind of fatal 4-way to determine the #1 contender for the SmackDown Women's Championship before it got taken over because they didn't have space for it? Shit happens and changes on a dime, and WB is all about changing shit on a dime. Tonight was a great night, but no, you guys are crazy. Like I said, I believe in earning your shot, but rematch clauses are meant to be broken when popularity comes into play. They're better off singles than a team, to be honest. Nah, I don't think so. Not yet. Especially if you could put Sarah Logan and Liv Morgan in Sarah Logan and Liv Morgan in a tag team for the belts, and then have Ruby do her own thing, or have Ruby and since Ruby's the one. Sorry, actually, I'm not sure by experience who's more experienced. I think. Oof. I'm not sure if Sarah or Ruby is. One of you guys can check who has more, who started, whatever. But regardless of that, yeah, maybe put them in a tag team and then have the other one go for a singles belt. Which is why I said if they unify the main women's championships, it's gonna be a big loss for all the ladies on SmackDown, or vice versa for Raw. Because then you're gonna have Becky going back and forth between SmackDown and Raw, SmackDown, Raw, SmackDown, Raw, SmackDown, Raw all the time. And it's gonna burn her the fuck out to the point she gets injured. It's too much. Have a women's championship there. Have a women's championship on one show. Have a women's championship on the other show. Then you get a chance to have those two clash at some point against each other. You can have the Clash of Champions night and have legit fucking my gosh, SmackDown Women's Champion versus Raw Women's Champion. Why that doesn't hurt anyone. And it gives a chance for both brands of all ladies on both brands. Look at the battle royale. Look at that battle royale alone. Look how many ladies are in that. Look how many ladies were in that battle royale. You think now? This is not. I'm not saying you guys are thinking this, but you think now. You think right the hell now. With all the ladies that you saw in that battle royale alone, that Becky's gonna defend her belt against all of them within a year? Hell no. Hell no. It ain't gonna happen. You need to split the belt so you can split the talent. It's just what it is. It is what it is. That's how it should be. You don't have to really split the talent when it comes to the Raw Women's Championships, right? You don't have to, you can honestly keep those and have ladies go back and forth from SmackDown and Raw, and they'll go on against the Iconics and shit like that. Because now it gives other ladies that aren't in the singles division a chance to go work together. Working together, you can bring yourself up with someone else together instead of being by themselves, right? He lost to Demon against Joe at NXT years ago, but NXT and main roster, you know, is a different story. It's like everything besides your NXT Championship accolade, everything else is forgotten. You all know this. So you've been watching for a long time. You know this. You know that they forget everything. Once you hit the main roster, everything you've done previous to that is fucking forgotten. It's just what it is. Thank God they didn't put the gold on Beth. Yeah. Brock 2.0? No, not at all. You're out of your mind. You're out of your mind. Beth is nowhere close to a Brock. Beth defended her belt when she needed to defend it. Not at all. I wouldn't. You can't even call Beth a Brock 2.0 at all. You're out of your mind. That's more Rousey than anything. And Rousey's been there. So you can't even call Rousey that either. Brock has been the most inconsistent champion we've had in a long time. In a long time. Here Kurt walks like Mick Foley? Maybe. Like I said, it's that when you land on your back day in and day out, it doesn't help. Especially as you're getting older. It's not like they're young talent who's used to hitting themselves on the ground and able to bounce themselves off the ground and make it and sell it. These dudes hit the ground and stiff. It's not a bounce. It's just boom, and it ain't moving. It's hard to do that. Ruby Riott is awesome. Don't at me. Ruby Riott's amazing. Then after GLC, after the War of the Last Power. To be honest, I thought Brock was helping. Wait, I thought Brock was helping. Sorry, I'm speaking like an idiot. I thought Brock was keeping the belt to promote the WWE when he goes to face DC in August. Yeah, but no. But that's what I'm saying. At the same time, I said it earlier. It can easily be put right back on his waist again and have him hold it for another year. You know it can happen. Everyone in this room and anyone watching this later on knows it can happen as simple as that. It can easily happen just like that. And you know it. We all know it. Oops. It can happen just as simple as that. I saw that too. I saw that too with the Pirates of the Caribbean thing. I thought that was pretty cool, the pirate gimmick. Because were they in Florida next year? Green Bay? No, not Green Bay. Sorry. I'm out of my mind. They're in Florida next year, I believe, right? If I read it right. That was cool. You actually heard a little Pirates theme in there too. I heard that for a second. I was like, what the fuck? Let me keep reading what you guys are saying. Do you see Aaliyah debuting tomorrow night on Raw? Why? Aaliyah? What is Aaliyah? Aaliyah's not that good. The reason why she's on NXT, she's not that good. The reason why she's stuck on NXT, not being on the show, if anything, she's not that good. No, when I was saying Ruby, I'm talking about Ruby compared to Sarah Logan. I think Sarah. I don't know who did more. I'm used to it right now. I think it may be Ruby by just like a hair, but I could be wrong. Ruby Riott. Ruby Riott. Ruby Riott. When's your debut, ma? When's your debut, mama? When the fuck is her debut? Trained by Billy Rock. Am I crazy? Oh, her debut was in 2010. So I think I think Sarah Logan has her beat by like a year or so. Let's see. Oh, no. Sarah Logan's 2011. So Ruby Riott has her beat by a year. Beat by a year. Wow. Yeah, Ruby. You think Ruby's thick now? Oh man, you should have seen her back before she hit WWE. Like maybe just a year before WWE or so, or maybe just months before hitting the WWE scene. She was. That's back in the Yoshiko incident and what the fuck is that other girl's name? My gosh, right now. Act Asakawa. That incident when they were sorry, I'm still sick, guys, so my voice is a little shit. Hold on. Gotta hate being sick. All right, yeah, that was. Yeah, that's about that back of that incident, and she's like taking Act away. She's helping like pull her away from the fight because Act wants to get back in the fight. Mind you, she already needs surgery on her face. Like Yoshiko beat the fuck out of her. Yoshiko, this is, you can go type it in for yourself. Just type in Yoshiko incident. Yoshiko beat her down to the point where her face was deformed. She needed facial reconstruction. It was a shoot match that got out of control. She beat the fuck out of Act. Act got her ass beat. Act still wanted to get back in there, and they were pulling her out of there. Because it became an actual fight in the ring, pulling her out of there. But you see Ruby pulling her away, and Ruby's ass was just so fucking fat. Oh my god, Ruby's thick when she wants to be. It's crazy. Sorry, I was just as I'm looking down, but the way I'm reading very individually. So I see Boss Gaming says fucking Ruby Riott started in fucking 2010. I'm like, oh damn, I just read that. It's my fault, dude. Also, Clash of Champions isn't a pay-per-view anymore. But it can be. Just because they do it for 1 year doesn't mean they can bring it back. Fucking was it? Balls of Fire was a thing for a year, right? Make them bring it back. Anything is possible. Because Yoshiko was jealous of Act's growing popularity. Either so, she still came in and beat the fuck out of her. It was a match that didn't need to be sanctioned that way. It could have ended, but she wanted to stay in the fight. Yoshiko wasn't gonna win. I mean, not Yoshiko. Act wasn't gonna win that fight. There's no damn way Act was gonna win that fight. Yoshiko's a big brute, and she's like a tiny little tank. She will fuck you up, and she has MMA experience as well. She don't fuck around. I wouldn't fuck with her. Yoshiko and Yoshiko's like brick. She will fucking destroy you. Like she'll fuck your shit up. But I'm glad you're here, man. Welcome to the stream. So triple threat for the women's championship. Wait. Triple threat for WWE Women's Championship for ever pay-per-view for every pay-per-view. No, why would you even have a triple threat in every? No, you don't need a triple threat. The best matches don't have everyone in it. The best matches have a one-on-one. A guy you like, a guy you don't like, two guys you don't like, or two guys you like. That's it. Having their gimmicks and their story culminate at a WrestleMania or pay-per-view, or have them be a transitional champion, whatever the case may be. But the best matches are one-on-one matches because you don't have to worry about a third interference. You don't have to worry about the wrong person getting pinned at that point. If you in a one-on-one match, you have one person that may get pinned. You might have the wrong person get pinned, but it's redeemable, right? You can redeem that. If it's a triple threat, the third person out that no one's cheering for can get pinned, and everything can be okay. But at the same time, it's gonna have that unfair moment of what the fuck, you know what I mean? Triple threats are also always needed. WrestleMania 36 hosted by Jack Sparrow, maybe. What do you think of the WrestleMania set? I like this one a lot. I like that they were using a lot of 3D effects when it came to matches. I thought them just putting the three like I don't know if they call. I forgot what they fucking call those. It's not just 3D. It almost says isometric, but it's not the right word. It's not the right word to use. But there's a certain kind of 3D that you use that can pan around without you even needing a green screen. I thought that was cool as fuck. They had one. The first one I saw was the one they did for Asuka with the mask hanging. And I was like, did they just legit have floating mask hanging? I'm like, no, that was way too quick. And then I saw the one they did for Rousey as well. Rousey, Charlotte, and Becky. And I was like, that's cool as fuck. Cause you see it, it's 3D, but it's not fully there. You can tell that it's still like digitally being like constructed. Is it no, I wouldn't say no, it's not. Wouldn't say holograms. It's not holograms. Holograms require you to have a projector. That's not projection that's happening there. That's happening on the actual screen. That's happening on your actual screen that you see. That you would need a projection from an actual machine to project from somewhere in the arena to project on your screen. The fact that they were pulling that from, because it wasn't from one angle. It was, they were having it in multiple angles. It wasn't a hologram though. It's okay to be honest, but I like how they made that arena on 2K19 so quickly. Yeah, but it looks just like the other arena from in the game that they're in this game right here, Wrestlemania 34. They just changed the color. That's easy to do. It's their model. They already fucked that shit up. It's hard to watch that whole thing. She got fucked up. Let me read what you guys are saying here before I finish up this whole thing. She's gonna get called up tomorrow. Sure. I mean, you can call her up all they want, but she's not interesting at all. Leah's not interesting. I like Leah because I think she's pretty adorable, but she's not like doing anything for wrestling. She's not changing wrestling's landscape for the ladies. Like, you can hate Charlotte, or you can hate a Becky Lynch, even you can hate a Rousey, but they're changing something for women's wrestling as a whole. You don't even like Paige. Paige doesn't even wrestle, and she still was a trailblazer for something. What has Aaliyah trailblazed in wrestling at all? Like, nothing. She's not important. Like I said, she can debut, but no one's gonna know who the fuck she is, because she's not doing anything impressive in NXT. Leah was originally going to be part of the Riot Squad. I'm glad she wasn't, because she's not interesting. I'm sorry. That's just my opinion. You can disagree with me all you want. You could disagree. You can agree to disagree. That's fine. Everyone has their opinion. Aaliyah's new. Aaliyah's been around for longer than you think. Aaliyah's been around for a while now. She's new to wrestling, but it's only by a few years. Aaliyah's been around for a while. Look when Aaliyah had her debut. It's not like last year. She's been around for a while. Aaliyah's been on NXT for maybe what, 3 or 4 years now. She's not new to NXT or anything. Not at all. Not at all. She's new to the world of wrestling as a whole, but she's been on NXT, like I said, last 3-ish years. They replaced her with Sarah, so Sarah took Leah's spot, which is good because you needed a heavy for that. Every team needs the inexperienced one, the experienced one, and the strong one, or vice versa. The fast one, the big and slow one, and then the jobber. Or you always need to have a combination of something. You have to have that. You have Ruby, who's the experienced of the squad, even though I think, in my opinion, Sarah is already better than Ruby Riott. Ruby Riott's really good, but I think Sarah's already like at least a couple years ahead of her as a wrestler. It's just my opinion. I think she's a couple years ahead of her as a wrestler. I'm not saying I'm not saying debut. I'm saying she's just leagues ahead of her as a wrestler. She was like 17 when she started, but age has nothing to do with how good you are. There's how many guys like what's his name? Fucking gosh, just forgot it. I'll have to go through the thing. Oh, hit me in a minute. Gosh, let me see here. In my time. I'm trying to think of my name, where his name's at right now. He's a cruiserweight. He just left recently. Gosh, it's not Tony. Why am I thinking Tony? It's not him. It's TJ Perkins. TJ Perkins started at what? Like 15 or some shit like that, or even before that. He's nasty. Some people just pick it up. Some people just pick it up better. You know what I mean? She was on Toronto scene for like 3 years before NXT 2. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But she's, at least in my opinion, and like I said, you guys can agree with me if you want to, disagree with me if you want to. I don't think she's that good. And usually you think about, oh, she's Canadian, so she has this weird already built-in experience, and it's kind of a thing. Like, even ladies like Trish, who were kind of over popularized because of her looks, right? She wanted to get better as a wrestler, and she did. She's not the best by any means, but she was around wrestlers who were good. Lita was good, right? Lita was good. Lita helped Trish in stride, right? Lita helped her in stride. But Trish was never the best, but got over enough because she was she became better. And instead of her just being an ass and tits, she wanted to become better as a wrestler. And what happened to follow after that? What happened after all that shit? What happened after? Let me skip this song. What happened after all that bullshit at the end of the day? You had a bunch of ladies from 2006 to 2012 who wanted to think, well, we got ass and tits too. We look better than Trish Stratus. We're sexy as fuck. We don't need to wrestle. We just need to come in here and do a few moves and kick a few legs out, and we'll be better than all the rest of them. What happened? Wrestling fans started to pick up on that shit and say, hey, we don't give a fuck about just fucking ass and tits. Let's focus on actually getting these ladies in the ring and stepping the fuck up. And indeed, the ones who couldn't stay aren't here or now, are they? You see what I mean? It's just what it is. If it doesn't pick up, if it doesn't stick to you at some point, it'll pick up on you later on in the wrestling career. It's just what it is, man. I'm just biased because she trained where I'm training. Well, then there you go. You know what I mean? But I don't know. Like I said, she just don't. Like I said, in wrestling, it's not for everybody. Some people pick it up and pick it up quickly. Some people pick it up quickly. And some people have been fans since day one, and they pick it up because they've seen it. They say, I can do better than him. I can do better than that guy. I can be better than him. And they pick it up and learn it. Some people just pick up and learn how to be better. You know what I mean? Peyton had a Guerrero tribute gear. I kind of thought that's what that was, but I don't know. I thought it was nice, though. I thought her, because she didn't match Billie Kay, and I was like, what the fuck, you guys not matching tonight? What the fuck, dude? And I thought that Billie Kay would have something a little more colorful, but she came out looking like fucking Maleficent and shit. I was like, fuck with it. I thought they came out looking really nice tonight. Let me skip this song too. Talk about the WrestleMania entrances. What do you mean talk about the WrestleMania entrances? For who? For the most part, for every match you guys have been labeling off, I've been talking about the entrances and stuff. You think Kushida will be good? It would do good in WWE? That's how they treat him. However they want. If they want to treat him right, they'll treat him right. If they want to give him some belts, they'll give him some belts. I think it'll be fine at NXT. I think if he hits the main roster, he's fucked. Not because he doesn't. And I think Kushida has enough to learn to grasp English and all that. Nakamura is more than capable enough to grasp English and be good in the ring. But it's all about who's running the fucking show. Nakamura is not the best by any means. And everyone's gonna be like, oh, Nakamura, you're what? Nakamura is not the best and far from the best. But Nakamura has a gimmick that no one else can pull off and perform at his caliber. He's Japanese Michael Jackson. No one else is going to be at that level. If anyone's close to that, maybe in this point in time, is a Velveteen Dream. In that same Gold Dust style of being kind of mysterious. You don't know if he's gay or if he's straight. Because he has ladies sometimes, but also he'll have guys around him too, and you're like, I don't know if this guy's a little both. He's a little off and on, and that's what makes him so. What makes him such a mysterious character? Velveteen Dream, at least in my opinion, he's very mysterious, and that's not everyone can do that. Not everyone can get away with that kind of shit. But going back to this Kushida, I think it'll be fine. It all, like I said, all depends who pushes him, and all depends how you get pushed. What was his name? Hideo Itami was plagued with injuries, back to back to back to back, right? And what did it do? it fucked up his whole career because every time they caught him going on something, he either got injured or they just said, fuck it, we don't want to push you right now because you already had your chance and you blew it when you got injured. And sure, you can't control the injury, but this is what it is. Taya Valkyrie got thick. She was not thick before. No, you're out of mind. Taya was always thick, dude. She got thicker, but I don't think her thickness right now is for the better. I like that. I like a thick girl. I'm not gonna lie. I'm the first person here who will tell you I love a thick girl, but she needs to get herself back in the workout phase. She's gaining weight in not the best way. You know what I'm saying? You can gain weight and look and you can put on weight correctly and look good with it, but I don't think so. I think she needs to kind of get it together, body wise. But I'm not gonna judge. I mean, I'm no fat guy here. I'm pretty slim. I don't have a fucking stomach hanging over my underwear or something like that. But anyone can be a little more fit. Everyone can be a little more fit. Even fit people can be a little more fit. You know what I mean? You can always, hey, hold off on that fucking hot dog. You know what I mean? Or you hold off on those bag of chips. You can always do that. You know what I mean? It's all about where you're at in life. You know what I mean? Some people just gain it just because some people's bodies have metabolized different than other people's bodies. It's just what it is, man. Also, hope Liv Morgan turns on Sarah and Ruby. No. Why? Why would the smallest character in the trio turn on both of them? For what? To get jumped by them? Do you see what the Riot Squad does when they want to jump someone? They will fucking kill somebody, dude. They would be, if it wasn't for like the right people stopping them, like if it wasn't for fucking Dana Brooke busting him across the face with forearms earlier on, they would have probably walked away with a victory. They were ready to bust everybody's ass in that ring. I was gonna, you know it wasn't going to happen, but you know if it came down to the numbers game, they had that in stride. They had that shit in stride. Hell no. Realize Liv Morgan's spot, bro, in wrestling. She's meant to take this. She's meant to take the pin. It's just what it is. She's the baby of the group. She's meant to take the pin. It's just what it is, dude. Yeah, you're too infatuated with Liv Morgan stuff. Anyway, let me finish up this rest of this and we'll talk a little more, people. I know people are kind of getting a little drained from Wrestlemania and all that too. So, give me 1 second, guys. I just want to finish up what I was saying earlier with this one, because I still have a few opinions on other things here too. So, Triple H and Batista was nice. I didn't like the ending. I thought they could have did that clean. I think I said that before, but I think they could have ended that match pretty clean. It did not have to end that way at all. It could have been Triple H getting a victory over him and just keeping the thing going, and you know, Batista really wanting to retire Triple H, and then finally doing it in a way. But the thing about Triple H is he's always going to be in some kind of match because he's just that guy. He's always that face. But then again, like putting Triple H's career on the line is like putting Vince McMahon's career on the line. At least when Vince was stable enough to actually get in the ring and, you know, move around and do a few things, it's not the same. You know, it is, you can't. Okay, you're gonna take Triple H out of wrestling, but you can't take Triple H out of the WWE. You know what I mean? Like, oh, he's not gonna be the CEO anymore either. Like, I'm gonna take your wrestling career away. It's like, but dude, I can just hire myself back to become a wrestler. You can't. He has too much power. So that's like, the match is so fucking stupid, dude. It makes no fucking sense. That match was so. It was just so fucking dumb. It was so dumb. But I did like the spots with I like that Batista legit hit that fucking step with that when he powerbombed him on the steel step. Holy shit. His body bounced and then it slid off. How do you bounce and then slide off the step? He bounced and then slid off the step. And then proceeded to get his big old 300-pound ass up, or maybe 280 at this point. 280, 260-pound ass up. Get fucking hit with a pedigree, kick out of that bitch, hit him with a DDT on the fucking step, and continue to keep the match going. And that's when kicking out at 2 more than once or more than twice is okay, because you expect it from these two big bastards. two big hosses going at it. I thought it was nice. Baron Corbin defeating Kurt Angle, a pointless match where Kurt Angle could have easily defeated Baron Corbin and got the pop that was needed. I thought Kurt should have got more fireworks. That man needed fireworks, more fireworks, more fireworks, more fucking fireworks. That boy needed more fireworks. All right, you're gonna leave Kurt Angle a damn legend. Yeah, he saw that DDT like fucking death. You forgot about Jonah Jet? I didn't get to Jonah Jet yet. I'm still going through the matches, dude. We never got to the end of that. You guys I was just reading what you guys are saying. Now I'll read you next thing, Tyler, in a second. Just going through more matches. There's a couple more on the list here. Yeah, and it said it here, anticlimactic finish. It was just like, oh, he reversed the moonsault. Cool. I think Kurt should have landed it. Hurt the man even more. Have him land his forearms even more. Have the old man bust his fucking face up some more before he fucking leaves. Gets up, walks to the end of days. Bang, 1, 2, 3. I thought Kurt was gonna kick out, in my opinion, but end of days is the end of days, right? Fine, no problem. There was no, I don't know. I thought it should have been. It could have went out better. Intercontinental Championship. I think I said it earlier on. Keep Finn as the demon, not all the time. But if you're gonna have a gimmick like Finn's demon character, where he starts going all out and he starts doing things that he usually doesn't do, popping out OMGs like crazy from back to back to back. Fine, I fucks with it. I love it. But do not have him lose in the demon character. Do not have him lose in demon character. It's the only safe character that WB has right now. I know Soul said earlier on that Samoa Joe defeated him while he was in the Finn Balor costume, but remember this: NXT is pretty much forgotten once you hit the main roster. It's like a natural reset. So besides your accolades as an NXT Tag Champion or NXT Women's Champion or NXT fucking NXT UK Champion, or belts like that, or the NXT Championship itself, or whatever the NXT fucking North American title, your accolades mean nothing once you hit main roster, right? They'll say, oh, he's been a former NXT champion 2 times. Oh, okay, cool. What else? We don't know. He's NXT. Cool. Whatever. Shit like that. Bob Lashley with the fucking eye contacts, fucking ridiculous. I thought it looked fucking nice and scary. Like a demon killer, you know what I mean? I thought it was really cool. It was kind of that last little kind of set you up before the main event match, and I thought it was like, ugh, they could have put that in a match. They could have put that match in 10 years earlier. Like, it could have been in there much earlier than it was. Much earlier than it was. And I think if Kurt won his match against Corbin, and then you go into the next match where Becky starts in first and keep momentum going, mwah, that would have been beautiful. That would have been beautiful. Beautiful. That would have been beautiful. That's how you would keep the momentum going. That's how you do that shit. Either way, I thought it was cool just to see my boy Bobby. You know what I mean? And shit like that, and just everyone selling and making this. It wasn't a big storyline, but it hit its part. It hit its points. I guess it was needed. Back what you guys are saying here now before we come to the last match. The last look like Debo from Friday. Oh no, you need to stop, bro. Also, I see Aaliyah and Liv facing off tomorrow on Raw. What? Stop, Tyler. Stop, bro. Turn face and reunite. If that's what you want, maybe it'll happen. You could be correct. You could be correct. Like I said, anything can happen. Kofi Kingston T-shirt with the title was leaked before the match. I mean, you can still sell a shirt with him winning the championship on it. You can still leak it out. It doesn't mean he's gonna win it. The same thing with after. And then they do the promo with the B team, and they have the Daniel Bryan shirt after the match. They're trying to sell it off. People are still gonna buy it. It's not like it's gonna stop them from buying the belt. I mean, from buying the shirt. It's not gonna stop you. If you're a fan of the wrestler, you're gonna buy it regardless. Kofi could have lost that whole match tonight, and they still would have bought those shirts. Still would have bought the shirts, just to believe in it and say, hey, next year's next year, right? Or another 11 years from now, we'll see what happens, Kofi. You know what I mean? Anything could happen. It's wrestling, dude. Wrestling fans are the most up and down fans of all time. It's just what it is. Also, I didn't enjoy Corbin and Angle. I don't think it sucked. I just thought it was a really short match, and Angle not going out with a victory was the worst part of it all. Like, you could have left him alone. Could have left him alone. Could have left him alone. You did not have to touch that man. Let him. You could have let him go. Let's get this song real quick. There you go. That's a good one. The promo was great with him, but him losing was just unacceptable. Yeah. I don't think unacceptable was the word, but it was just out of place, out of character. If you're gonna have him go out the right way, especially like Kurt Angle, could, just because you're retired doesn't mean you're retired forever. You can always come out of retirement. You can always do another match. You can always come and do a lock and an ankle lock or something like that, or shit like that. You're never truly done. Ric Flair is retired when years how many years ago has Ric Flair retired? And he's still fucking wheeling and dealing, all walking around. He didn't come in and give fucking. He just came in tonight and gave Triple H a fucking sledgehammer. That boy Rick ain't going nowhere. He gonna ride until he die, man. He ain't going nowhere. This is WrestleMania 8.2 out of 10. Like I said, it wasn't bad. My favorite moment from WrestleMania, believe it or not, was the one based on that. Yeah, I thought that was really nice. I thought it was out of nowhere. Yeah, Shawn Michaels came back a crown jewel in wrestling. That's what I'm saying. So like, no one retired wrestlers are always retired. If the money is right, you'll come back. Even if it's just for a spot, you don't have to break your back to do an ankle lock, right? It doesn't hurt you. It doesn't hurt the wrestler for him to perform a fucking angle slam. Angle half the time they just have to put him on his shoulder. Legit, he props him up and the guy jumps with him. That's it. You're falling with the wrestler. It's working together. It's working together to make something look believable. That's all it is. That's wrestling, man. But I think I almost went through all my songs at this point, at least on this folder. Last thing here. So we'll talk about this one, and this is why I really want to talk about this one. Final match of the night. And maybe we'll do some matches, or maybe we'll just keep it simple. I don't know. Maybe I'll just end the stream. I don't know. Whatever you guys want to do, we'll do. Maybe we'll do a few matches. Winner take all. And we already said this before. The winner take all is so stupid because now you have a bunch of ladies who before were fighting for something who have nothing to fight for now, or are waiting in line for another 2 years to get a shot. When you could have split that in half and had ladies fight on SmackDown and Raw as it should have been. Either gonna have Becky lose a belt, one of the belts to Charlotte, because it looks like Rousey's gonna take a hiatus for a little bit. I think she's about to be out for a few months. She's gonna come back when she's a little more fresh, right? She's gonna either lose one of those belts to Char, right? Or they're gonna unify it, and it's just gonna be a shit show for all ladies because it's gonna be legit Becky and Charlotte. Becky and Charlotte. Becky and Charlotte. Right? So, I don't want to see that shit. You guys don't want to see that shit. Because it's fucking stupid to have that many people on the women's roster. Women's roster is probably as big as it's gonna be right now. All in one ring. Fighting for one belt again. It's foolishness. Stupid. It gives her opportunity. These Money in the Bank is happening so someone can cash in and lose one of those belts. But the question is, by then will it be unified? Because they can easily say we're going to unify it tomorrow night. Who's to say Stephanie won't come out tomorrow and say, hey bitches, we're going to unify that belt. So Becker's pass over those two belts, we're going to give you one. I'm always looking for an opportunity like that, for sure. But are they going to do it? Right? That's the thing, is WWE going to do it? Because right now, WWE after WrestleMania tonight, with all the nonsense that didn't go in the way of us, the three matches that were the most important ones came out all right. You got the faces over and a heel. You got three faces over in a heel company. First match was a little iffy, but It's just what it is, right? Money in the Bank Charlotte wins? That's what I'm saying. That could easily happen. And if, let's say by the time that Becker's is gonna hold those belts or belt, Charlotte can easily come in and swoop it. Rousey, or they may save it for Rousey to come back. Rousey comes in and beats her ass. Rousey comes back and either wins the belt or something like that, or Rousey and fucking Ronda. Sorry, yeah, Rousey and Ronda. Rousey and Becker's go through a fucking hellacious match and Charlotte just comes in and swoops it. Same thing that fucking Seth Rollins did. Comes in and just swooped the bitch right out of their hands. And the trifecta of 3 ladies go on right over again for next year. Easily could happen just like that. Don't sleep on the idea, because anything's fucking possible with WWE. They're just off and on. Tonight was, like I said, tonight was a good night. Why does my stream look so fucking clean on there, man? Oh my god, it looks so clean. Oh, mwah, 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 beautiful. Like I said, think of all the opportunities of, like I said, all the pay-per-views. Think of all the opportunities of things that can happen between now and Money in the Bank, or now and next WrestleMania. Honestly, I don't have any problems with Ruby or Sarah. They're great talents. The hell, I expect their in-ring work as well. But I feel like Ruby and Sarah don't care about her and will turn on her. If they turn on her, that's one thing. But I don't think she's gonna turn on them. She's too small. It's one thing if they turn on her, but her turning on them. No. Why? She's too small. She'll get fucked up. Her against fucking Sarah Logan alone is a fucking loss. I know you want to see that, but no. Also, all the faces won on the kickoff. That's what I'm talking about. That needs to happen more often. WrestleMania should be about good feel-good moments. And out of all pay-per-views that should do a good feel-good moment, WrestleMania should be one of them. You know what I'm saying? Second all women's Evolution show is also supposed to, I think they're gonna be having that every. I think they're gonna have that again anyway, every year at this point. I could be wrong, but I think they'll be doing that every year at this point. Just clicking things. Sorry. Give me a second. This is gonna cool down my brain. Yeah, guys, keep asking stuff. I'm just posting stuff here. You guys to watch after this, because I don't know if I'll do a whole night of stuff. I'll be up, but I'm not gonna be up streaming because I gotta be at work tomorrow, which is why I hate to get off so late tonight. But let me keep this back and then I'm gonna finish up this. So yeah, with the I thought altogether the entrances were great. I thought what they should have done, and I think they were doing it on at the same time. And I said it earlier, have Becky coming in first to get the crowd hyped up. Because one thing you shouldn't do is disrespect the champions. Whether you like them or you don't like them, you don't disrespect the champions by having them come out first. You just don't do it. And it happened a lot tonight because of the pop. And the people wanted the pop. It's understandable. But they're going to pop regardless. So fuck that and keep to the rules of what you guys been doing since wrestling's championship introduction, right? You don't fuck around with that. In my opinion, Becky should, like I said, should have came out first. Charlotte should have came out on the helicopter, but it should have been done it shouldn't have been done at the same time of them introducing them. It should have happened earlier. You could still have it happen, or you could have it happen, or even then they could have had it happen during a break in the show, right? Because they had it dropping in. They had more than enough time in most of those commercials to have them drop in. Say, hey, we're in intermission. Drop her right now. Drop her now. Have it already pre-recorded and ready to go, right? Then have her pop up on the big screen, and then have her come out, right? Because then now you have your second champion, the one that is gonna get a little more boo than Rousey. Because Charlotte got a few cheers here and there because of her dad, but she was getting just as many boos as fucking Rousey was. Then have Rousey, because of Jonah Jet, come out Bang, finish it up. She's the main champion anyway because she's the Raw Women's Champion. She's the prestigious when it comes to the prestige of the championship. Have her come out last, finish it up. Then you reset the. Then like I said it earlier on. Reset the introductions again, right? Once all of them are in the ring, and start off with Becky with a big pop again, so you realize who's getting cheered for. And we all know who's getting cheered for in the first place, but it lets the people at home know who's getting cheered for. How loud this place is still popping for Becky at this point. And it's already been what, 5 hours in? Think about that shit. Think about that shit, right? Fine, cool. Then you have Charlotte, bang, her getting booed at the fucking building. Then you have the one who kind of was the not the one that said the pioneer of it all, but the probably more enough of the reason why this triplet was happening in the first place. And you guys can disagree, right? But Rousey was a big step up and a big. She didn't have to go through the NXT developmental or any of that. She was already big as it was, and just like AJ Styles, she didn't have to go through any of the hoops of going through NXT developmental system. Went right to the main roster. Bang, bang, boom. She's already there. It just shows how much prestige they want her to have already. She comes in third. Boo them. Oh, boo, fuck you, bitch. Blah, blah, blah. Whatever. Cool. Then you get in the match. The match was not the best, but hard-hitting as fuck. People, those girls got folded in every which way. Submissions out the ass. Fucking Charlotte and her long-ass fucking 10-inch legs kicking people in the face. Flying knees everywhere. Fucking Becky Lynch with a leg drop off the top. You see, and you guys, Boss Game said it earlier, how fucking Charlotte had a fucking cut going, fucking dripping. Her arm it wasn't a cut. It was dripping down her fucking arm. A fucking gash in her fucking leg. Pantyhose ripped up, hair all over the fucking place, ladies flying, bodies going tossing, titties going this way and that way, everyone doing their shit and getting their shit in. Submissions out the wazoo from all ladies who are technical geniuses. You would think from the experience wise, Becky has more technical expertise than both Ronda and Charlotte almost combined. Think about that, right? Think about that. But then you think of it, Ronda's an actual performer in the actual MMA. She knows how to get out actual submission holds. So you're gonna think, oh, well, she's gonna get out the submissions. And she did, right? Cool as fuck. Love that shit. I love the contrast between all three ladies. And you, like I said, you knew who was gonna win, and you were just hoping in the back of your mind, have Becky win. Have Becky win. Let everyone go home happy. If you want to do some shenanigans in the next couple of months coming up, should go your shenanigans then. But jeez, I'm gonna drop shit. Let the fans go home happy, knowing that they watched this show where the three main championships that needed to go over went over with the right people. Faces, good people going over, not the heels. Was well needed. That was well fucking needed. And like I said, it wasn't the best match that they've ever put out, but you saw the effort that was put into that match. Those ladies beat the fuck out of each other, man, and they went in. There wasn't a lot of rest time. There was a lot of time where they were kind of down for a second, but they got right back up to the next thing. You can hear fucking Charlotte and Becky like, damn, you guys are you sure you're women? They were on the top rope and shit. Because they were gassed and they didn't get a chance to fucking slow down. They were on constantly. I love that shit. The finish of the match was really weird for me, man. It was a little weird for me, I ain't gonna lie. It was because it was out of nowhere. But it was cool. I was like the finish of the match, since they went in for the story that Triple H. Wait, oh, you're still on the Triple H thing. Triple H never defeated him, so he went defeated, sets him up for more. Well, let's see. Yeah. And that's what I was saying. You guys were saying, people telling you it was Batista's last. It was Nation was in it early saying it was Batista's last match, and then I think either it was Boss Gaming or Soul coming in saying that it was Batista's last match, and I'm like, no, it can't be. And if it is, cool. But they didn't send him off in any good way. They didn't send him off in a good way. It ended in a cheap way. It ended cheap. Sure, there's no disqualifications, whatever, but it ended cheap. This WrestleMania is better than WrestleMania 3. Oh yeah, by a long shot. By a long shot. I can even agree that the Raw Tag Team match was awful last year when it came to Braun and John Cena's son, Nicholas. And that whole shit was dumb too. Against the Bar, yeah, like I said, it was just. You said John Cena's son? That's not John Cena's son. What? That's the referee's son, bro. Oh, sorry, I'm reading. I'm reading it. I'm seeing Cena. I'm like, Cena? No, sorry. Yeah, sorry. You're right. I was like, I'm sorry, Tyler. I'm reading. I'm like, what the fuck am I reading? You're right. I was reading the name wrong. I see a J and I see S. I mean, and I see a C. I'm like, Cena. I'm like, that's not Cena's son. What are you talking about? Okay, sorry. I'm reading it wrong. Yeah. Was god awful. Yeah, it was just dumb. And that's what I mean. Braun, a guy who should be in main event status or should be holding a belt. It doesn't matter if it's a belt. He should be holding a belt in general. Just to be just to be holding a belt and just dominating. It should have been Braun and why is it fucking Braun and Drew McIntyre in a match against each other? These big fucking hosses going at it. And Braun's bigger than Drew. And Drew's a big bastard. Drew's bigger than Roman. Roman's a big bastard. Think about that. Think about that shit. Drew's a big fuck. When he first came in WWE, he was tall and lanky. Now he's tall and brick. Now you have a guy like Braun who's brick, and he's taller than he's taller than Drew. Why are they going at it? That's the shit I'm talking about. And mistakes like that. I love Roman Reigns, but he didn't need to come back for that bullshit. They have him come back because he's WrestleMania, and Vince can't get his fucking Roman Reigns boner out of here. Put your boner over there. I don't want to see that. The kids are here watching shit, right? Get that shit out of here. Roman not being in a WrestleMania is okay. Trust me, bro. You're gonna get your money anyway. Like that WrestleMania pays that important. You know what I mean? But like I said, it's all about the fans. They came through for the fans. That's pretty much that. Like I've almost talked 2 hours about this shit. That's crazy, huh? I want to say I'll be back on YouTube to stream, but it's hard to get on here, man. Especially when I want to do stuff on Twitch right now. Yeah, see, JR, the only person here who agrees with what I was saying. It wasn't even that the spear was the ender of the match. It was just such a weird spear. It wasn't a full flat. You know when Roman Reigns does a spear to kill, it's a spear intent on kill. I'm thinking in my opinion, Drew should have kicked out of that spear and then took another one or something to make him look powerful. Legit, he took the shittiest spear that Roman's done in a long time and just got flat out beat. It wasn't a good spear. It was like a troll spear. And he's just, oh man, I'm done. Okay, you win, Roman. Fuck you. Whatever. You win, Roman. Fuck you. Whatever, man. Yeah, have it. Like, it was so bad. It was a shitty spear. Like I said, to have him being built up so fucking hard, like you're saying, and then to be dropped with the simplest spear, and it wasn't even a good spear. It wasn't even a decent spear. It was like a simple, oh, let me just tackle into him. Like, you could have got Nicholas do a better spear than that. That was a bad spear. It was just the sell on it and everything. The impact. There was no impact on that spear. He should have kicked out. Just to show that, hey, you can still stand it. And then say, hey, hit me with another one. Hit him with another spear. Have him kick out again. Hit him with a third spear. Right? Or hit him with a second spear. Have him kick out of that shit. Hit him with a Superman punch. Daze him. Have him rock off and then have him rocked. He fucking bounced off the ropes. Roman bounced off the other side of the ropes. Comes right back in. Bang, right in the middle of the ring. 1, 2, 3. That's a finish right there. Right? That's how you're gonna finish that shit. Also about Ruby and Sarah should win the Money in the Bank. Ruby and Sarah should win the Money in the Bank? More than Charlotte? Oh, you're saying one of those over those two. Yeah. Like I said, wrestling, dude, WB is about popularity, bro. If it's gonna make money, they're going to go with it. No matter what you think, at the end of the day, guys like Roman Reigns are selling merchandise. Girls like Charlotte are selling merchandise. Girls like Becky are selling merchandise. The push that Becky Lynch has gotten in the last little bit of a while is mediocre. Because they're trying to push her like she's Stone Cold Steve fucking Austin. You can't make another Austin. You can't. He naturally turned into his own. Yeah, he had help along the way, but he also had a good foundation of people to get him to that point. Stone Cold didn't become Stone Cold Steve Austin overnight. But it took a while. And it took ups and downs going with the right people and the Bret Harts and the Rocks and all that. It took people like that to get him to the point of being Stone Cold. It took him to go against Vince McMahon, the general manager of all people, the boss, right? You think Becky smacking Vince McMahon in the face turns her into a Stone Cold? No, it just makes it seem like, oh, well, she smacked Vince. Oh, she's a bad bitch. No. We know Becky's bad. We know Becky's a baddie in the ring. We know that. She knows she's the shit. We know that. We know that she's the shit. We don't need to push it and force it to make it seem like, well, we can make this happen. We just gotta keep pushing down. But what WWE wants is sales, bro. WWE wants sales. Summer Rae was a Stone Cold Steve Austin where Becky Lynch was the man. I don't know about all that. I remember Summer Rae getting a lot of victories in NXT and kind of being not necessarily over, but she was just that asshole. But Stone Cold, for the majority of his career, was always getting cheered for. Summer Rae, I can't say the same. And Summer Rae hasn't been around long enough to get that. Summer Rae shouldn't even be in this conversation. Summer Rae was the Steve Austin? Not even. No. She didn't have that many people to help her propel herself up there. And honestly, Summer Rae never got a chance to be that good. Should EC3 get a push? Hell yeah. Why not? EC3's proved to the world that he can hold his own as a world champion. And he did. When he was doing the stuff with Dixie Carter and all that shit. My aunt Dixie, she says I can do whatever the fuck I want, man. I run this place. I'm EC3. I'm the fucking world champion of TNA. You hated him, but it worked. You hated him. You hated him to death. I did not like EC3 because of his gimmick. I understand he was a damn good wrestler. And he definitely needs to grow. He still needs to grow. But him being there right now, he ain't doing anything. In fact, they're not doing anything with this guy. It's just showing that they have so much talent but nowhere to put it with. Which is why when you combine a belt together, which they might do with the women's belt, it's a bad idea. What you need to do is have more opportunities for more belts. So other ladies can make champions, so other ladies can get chances to work together as a whole. When you split them up like that, it fucks up everything. Right? It fucks up everything. So, is what it is. Like I said, I thought that match was great. A lot of hard hits. A lot of ladies just get locked in submissions. A lot of technical genius. Like, you have 3 technical geniuses in the ring. And a lot of people may disagree and say, oh, Charlotte can't wrestle or whatever, or Charlotte is not technical. She's very technical. She's definitely grown very fast in her little bit of time there. And she's no Becky Lynch when it comes to technicality, but he's losing matches on Superstars. But that's what I mean. EC3 is not a bad wrestler. EC3 just put in bad predicaments in WWE, which is why I wondered why he'd come back to WWE in the first place if they had no plans with him. That's also the problem with a lot of the other guys that are on the main roster right now. There's no plans with these dudes. What do you do with these dudes? These guys are better than half the guys you guys are pushing on the main thing in the first place, right? Guys like Seth Rollins are one of a kind, but you're not gonna get. But you have a bunch of other Seth Rollins running around in the independent circuit right now, right? You can say he's like I said, Seth Rollins is a one of a kind. He has a nice look to him and all that. But there's a bunch of other guys who are just as athletic as him that step in the ring all the time, whether they're on independent circuit, whether they're on NXT, whether they're on the main roster. But a lot of them are hidden talent that they're not going to get a chance to see the light of day. Because you have so many fucking people. But the problem is, this is why I was saying to you earlier, Tyler, that whole no rematch clause shit don't matter when you have when WWE is a popularity company. So whoever's popular first is getting the push. A lot of people who are popular are going to get the push, and they're going to stay on top. Popular wrestlers stay on top of the card because those popular wrestlers are the ones who are making them money. Instead of them investing time into building, and WWE's whole thing, investing time into other wrestlers and building those guys up to give them a chance, ain't gonna happen. Ain't gonna happen. They're not there unless what happened a few years ago when all the major heavy hitting stars were all got injured at the same time for some reason, and you needed to get those other mid-carders up, and then people started to notice that guys like Cesaro are good. I'm like, you just seen this now? Cesaro was a stand-up for that year. He was going against everybody, holding his own against everybody. It took WWE fans that long to notice that Cesaro is a bad bastard in the ring? Look at his work. Whether it's on NXT or whether it's an independent circuit, look up his work. He holds his own. Like, dudes don't see that because they're not getting, because WWE's not giving fans a chance to see those mid-carders. They're not getting a chance to see those lower cards. They only get a chance to see the 10 or 5 people on the, you know what I mean? It's crazy. I like how they removed the LED post. Yeah, it was. I mean, I don't like LED posts because I mean that's just my opinion for gaming, but that's only, I only say that my opinion because of the like when I'm in a creation mode, I like to actually have once I make a ring, I like to be able to go all 4 corners of the arena and be able to pick out the weapons I want. And let's say an Extreme Rules match, you can't pull weapons out from under the LED side. You can't set up a ladder on the LED side. So it's fucking stupid. So the only reason I disagree with that is because of the game. But it is, at the end of the day, the game's different than the show. But LED boards, they don't bother me. But a lot of fireworks were used tonight, man. Holy shit! I don't know what they put all their money into that shit. Holy shit! A lot of people have been showing up on both shows, so I don't know the unifying the titles. Yeah, but it's the constant traveling back and forth of the going back to Raw, going back to SmackDown. Raw and SmackDown don't all travel at one time. Well, they kind of do and they kind of don't. The traveling builds up on you, man. That's how injuries come together. You're tired, you're fucking fatigued. Injuries end up happening a lot more. Think about that. Think about the injury when that happened. Like I said, go back to that same time of that time of year when they had the injury, all the heavy hitters were out. At the same time, guess what was happening? People were getting fatigued from going through that fucking back and forth to the airplanes and the cars and the long fucking 3-hour drives after the show is over. You think Wrestlemania is over? They have to go off to somewhere else. They're probably gonna stay in New York for the night, until tomorrow night as well. But when they get back on the road, man, that road shit adds up on you, bro. That's why a lot of dudes guys like Guerrero pass. That fucking painkillers land on your back fucking night in and night out. That shit adds up on you quickly. And dudes don't say anything about it because they're not unionized. Like, wrestlers are not unionized. They don't have they get paid for appearance. They don't get paid on a, well, not all of them, but the ones who aren't big don't get paid on a salary of, oh well, you get paid on your contractual. So with a contract, you show up on so and so day, you get your money. You don't show up, you don't get your money. So they never said anything about keeping you from injury. You got to pay off your own money when if you get injured. Somebody has to pay off your shit. Wrestling, especially indie wrestlers, they do not get that money. Andrew Everett got injured recently. His legs fucking shot to shit. He needs surgery. He needs to get money from Patreon and shit like that because legit no one can pay for his shit. Wrestling's fucked up, man. I hate how people wish Charlotte to die. No, I don't. Those people are just assholes. People like that need to go. They have nothing else better to do with their lives, man. That's just what it is. You may not like a wrestler, but I ain't gonna wish death on somebody just because you don't like them. Like, that's their job. Like, whether you like Roman Reigns or you don't like Roman Reigns, it's not his fault that he's in this position he's at. He's not. If you've been given the opportunity to be on the main page of a show, are you gonna argue? Or would anyone here argue against being on the main page of a show? No, you wouldn't. Not for a second. You'd be like, oh well, my opportunity is here. I'm gonna take as much as I can. I'm gonna fucking go and hey, I'm replacing John Cena for this spot. Oh, I'm next John Cena. Oh, he's grooming me to be the next John Cena. Oh, well, look at that. Would you argue with an opportunity like that? If that opportunity means your family gets you get paid more for your family, you're not gonna argue against that. You're not gonna argue against that. You're not gonna argue with that shit at all. Why would you? You know what I'm saying? You wouldn't. It's opportunity, and you either gotta take it. You think that's not that same thing with Charlotte. Like, Charlotte knows that who she is. She She knows who her father is. She knows that she's getting pushed to fucking to hell, and she's gonna play the fucking cards until the cards get fucking dealt and not in her favor anymore, right? That's what you do. Wrestling is unforgiving to anyone that's ever stepped in it. Look at Kurt Angle. Perfect example. Kurt Angle has adulation from the fans. We're doing this shit for 20 years or so, right? But look at his body. He can barely even stand. Right there is all you need. Right there is all you need. He's a perfect example. Mark Henry said it best. You either walk in this thing as you walk out of wrestling as a success, or you're walking out as a broken mess. There's no in between. There's no in between, bro. Back to I won't go over what we were saying because Taylor was saying to check this out. Summer Rae was a face in WWE. You remember her rivalry against Layla? I wouldn't say if she was necessarily a face because she was getting booed out the building regardless. Just because she got dumped she wasn't really a face. She was still Summer Rae, but I don't think she was a face by any means. Because then they ended up just teaming up together anyway. So it was, and then just turning on Fandango anyway. So it was like, okay, bitches are vindictive. Get over it. Summer Rae is just Summer Rae. She has a nice ass. I love Summer Rae's long ass leg. And this is what we were saying here. You need opportunity with both belts. JR was like, hey, this is why Styles was moved up straight to the WWE and came when everyone else was hurt. They needed him. I don't think they needed him badly. I think they just needed a name that people knew. And people knew AJ Styles just because of the hype that he was going to be in WWE. They didn't know how it was going to happen or when it was going to happen. But they assumed that it'd be in the Royal Rumble. But I don't think people were expected it to happen first. And it helped big time. I don't think they were needy for Styles. Because what they do with Styles once they got him, it took him a while to kind of build himself up. Because he was doing so with Jericho. It took him a while to build himself up. And I was not a fan of Styles when he hit WWE. Because his fucking phenomenal forearm. I'm like, that's a signature move, bro. That's a setup for the Styles Clash. Or that's a setup for the Spiral Tap. Which he can hit still. Which is why I changed his shit. But you even did reply to me saying wasn't the best Wrestlemania. The finishes could be better. Yeah, the finishes, like I said, the finishes were very awkward. That finish with Becky's finish was very awkward. Very awkward. Very awkward, man. Because it wasn't fully flushed out. Like, they were tired. I know that. Ronda's body was already folded up. She was done. Like, when I saw her fall out the ring, the back of her tailbone bounced off the apron, and then after that, the back of her, I don't know what you call it, shoulder blade, bounced, and then her head hit right after that, and then her rest of her body collapsed right on her fucking face. And I was like, you're done. I don't care if you get back in this match. You're done. Your body is not feeling the same after that. And she was already bruised and scratched up before she even stepped in the ring. Like, it was bad. Calf Crusher was called Calf Crusher. Yeah, man, I know that. I'm not out of the loop with AJ. Trust me. I've been watching AJ since TNA, bro. I was watching AJ back when he was the X Division champ. I was watching him back when he was with Christopher Daniels, going against Kazarian, Samoa Joe, Christian, all that. So when Fortune 4, I wasn't really watching Fortune 4, but I knew about all that shit. I was there when Sting came in. I was there when it was Rob Van Dam running this shit. I was there when Jeff Hardy was a fucking charismatic enigma. When he came back to having feuds with Jarrett. That's why I kind of came around that. Fused with Jarrett, went to go back to WWE after wrestling in 2008, came back a few years later, and was having matches against the best of them. Trust me, I was there. I was there when AJ was around. I was there when AJ was big. I wasn't watching him in New Japan too much, but I've seen the matches with him, and he had some fucking phenomenal ones. Pardon the pun, right? So, I've seen the man in action. Trust me, I'm not out of the loop when it comes to AJ. AJ's moveset is not ridiculously out of place. He does a lot of stuff. He does a lot of things maybe one or two times. He'll never do them again because he doesn't have to, because they're for a pop. And that's the thing. It's not his moves. A lot of his moves that he does now are taken from guys from New Japan, which is cool because not a lot of fans know New Japan wrestlers, so they think, oh, that's the coolest shit I've ever seen in my life, right? Kurt had good matches with Drew McIntyre. Where? In TNA? I don't remember that. Then again, I wasn't watching TNA in the last few years. You said, what do I think of Ali? Ali's a damn good wrestler. Cherry Bomb she's fucking phenomenal. Cherry Bomb is fucking phenomenal, man. But it depends who she's going against. Cherry Bomb's not the kind of girl who's gonna carry a match. She's the one who will get carried, but look nice doing it. She can wrestle. That Canadian bacon can work. There's no doubt about that in my eye. She can definitely work. She's good, definitely good. She's been trained by the right people. Been in the ring with the right people. No doubt about it in my mind. Michelle McCool was I think the only woman who had the calf killer. Yeah. A modified version of it. Yeah, because she'd rolled into hers. She set you up for set you up for SOS in a way, and then she folded back on it using her long ass fucking sexy ass leg. Thomas, would you compare the Riot Squad to the BFFs member? What? As in Ruby being the Sasha, Sarah being the Charlotte, Liv being the Summer. No, not really. No. Dude, you gotta realize you're trying to make your own. You can't compare them to anyone because Riot Squad's his own people. I think Riot Squad are their own people, bro. Like, they don't have to be compared to someone else. You don't have to compare them to every other triple women's team at all. Like, it's not needed at all. Like, they're not. It's just not, dude. I don't know. I see the comparison you're trying to make, but no. Other than that, I think we're done, guys. I think WrestleMania, like I said, was a great heartfelt moment again. All together, all in all, was great. Becky winning the whole damn thing was beautiful. I think Nation said it earlier, or Marcus Baker, as you guys know him here, said it earlier, that Kofi and Bryan should have been the last match, but it was destined for them to write off this triple threat match because it had to be something historic. They were writing this match off to be historic, not to be the best match of all time, not to be the fucking be all end all of women's wrestling matches, just to say that ladies will headline WrestleMania, and they'll do it as long as it has one of the four horsewomen in it, and they ended up getting 2 of them, and ended up getting one of the baddest bitches on the planet, who really, at the time when she was in UFC, was untouchable, right? It helped so much because now you have Rousey. Whether you like Rousey or you don't, her name has weight to it, right? Whether you like Becky or you don't, her name has weight. Whether you like Charlotte or you don't, her name has weight. So, with that being said and done, you put those names together, you got something great. Daniel Bryan and Kofi can sell a match perfectly, right? And that match was far from perfect. I thought there's gonna be a lot of bullshit in that match, but it was great to see that there was a lot of foolish nonsense going on in the background of the match. It's all focused. A one-on-one like that, a one-on-one match like that deserves to be a one-on-one match. Keep it simple. Let people do what they gotta do. Get the finish done. Don't need any unclean finishes. Let people do what they gotta do. They did a damn good job of selling you guys on having Kofi Kingston be the biggest pop in a long time, maybe since Daniel Bryan, right? You know, in his run, in his WWE Championship victory in WrestleMania a few years back, right? That's what you need to do. That's wrestling. What they did tonight was wrestling. Yeah, you're gonna have a few matches where you're like, oh, that wasn't the best way that could have ended that. This is unfair. This is what. You get over it. Realize it's okay. It's not the end of the world. Best thing you do, take it with a grain of salt. There was more positives in my opinion than negatives. It wasn't some fucking giant musical artist coming out, fucking it up, and having us sit here for 10 minutes. It wasn't a bunch of filler and all that bullshit nonsense. There's a few wrestles that didn't need to be done and shit. but for the most part, it held up well, and that's what it needed to do. We had Seth Rollins winning the belt in a little unconventional way that I didn't expect him to win it. I don't think anyone expected him to win it that way. It is what it is. Then you had Kofi go on and maybe one of the biggest pops of the night, and then you had Becky win both Raw and Raw and SmackDown Women's World Championships, Women's Championships, and that's how it had to end. It ended nicely. In my opinion, they could have done better, but it was fine. He said, who said it? Boss Gaming said 8.5 out of 10. I fucks with that. That's a good rating. Alright guys, we'll talk more. I'll be posting stuff up. I just posted a match before this. I'll be posting another one probably tonight. I'm going to be posting a lot of matches this week if I can. I know I have Tuesday and Wednesday off, so I'll probably be recording some Universe mode. So wrestling fans, please rejoice. I already have the night set up for that. If you've missed Universe mode, go and check it out now. If you might as well, if you're staying up for the night, you want to keep your wrestling binge going, go and check out 2K19 Universe mode. The last 3 episodes have been something amazing. If you've missed them, just been something. Like I said, mwah, mwah, mwah. I'll be producing more. The top prospect tournament is coming up, so we'll be seeing some new faces that you guys have never seen before end up in that tournament. Actually, all of the faces there are gonna be new. Faces that you guys know from WWE and faces that you don't know that are not from WWE. We'll be facing off in that tournament against each other. One could come out, one will end up winning, and going on to take on the Pure Intense Wrestling World Champion or the Crash Man Pro Wrestling World Heavyweight Champion. With that being said and done, other stuff coming around. Like I said, you'll have more one-on-one matches like the one you saw earlier this week with Momo Ishii versus Kojo. I thought it was a really great match. There's a point in there where they have a reversing spree. Mwah! Fucking beautiful. I think Momo goes for a discus clothesline. Kojo goes for a spear. Not at the same time. They reverse each other's shit, going back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. Just beautiful, beautiful, beautiful stuff. Other than that, I just uploaded Yoriyama versus Xena Firebird. I'll probably be uploading one more for later on tonight. Other than that, I have a second channel coming up for people that are not 100% fans of wrestling and you guys want to see other stuff. But I'm gonna be posting, for the most part, everything wrestling on this channel. Nothing, if it's not wrestling, I'm not gonna post it on here, unless it's playthroughs that need to be finished. Other than that, it's the fuck out of here on my second channel. With that being said and done, as always, guys, comment, subscribe. Thank you guys for coming through. I wish I could read all your messages, but there's so much stuff to read, so much stuff to do in the next couple of days coming up. But I also gotta get some sleep. So, with that being said and done, like I said before, comment, subscribe. And I'll see you guys when I see you guys. Until then, peace out and good shit. Thank you guys for watching.